and having a great deal of difficulty. And I finally sat him down and I said, you know, professional people in Thailand have a clean shaven face. They have short hair and no tattoos. I said, can you cover up the tattoos? He says, yeah, if I put a shirt on, I can cover up all the tattoos. I said, are you willing to shave? He said, yes. I said, would you cut your dreads off? He said, yes. I said, okay, let me go talk to some of the schools. So I talked to the, let's say one of my most liberal directors, okay, school directors would be the woman who's serving at Udon Christian Vidya School, Ajahn Supapan. I said, okay, I have a volunteer, he's an American, he looks like an American. Trying to sell him as best I can, right? Would you accept him as a teacher in your school? And she says, well, what does he look like? And so I had to hand her a picture of him. And then I'm kind of going, and she went, Ajahn. So her first question was, would he shave? Yes, he'll shave. Would he cut his hair? Yes, he'll cut his hair. Well, Ajahn, I don't want to chase him away. She's a very great judge, I don't want to chase him away. I don't want him to get so upset with our school that he doesn't want to stay because I really, really need a teacher. She says, let's let him go through a probationary time and just don't say anything yet. Okay. So he did his probation, and you can see he never shaved his beard. He never cut his hair. In fact, his hair obviously got much, much longer. Because after 2 weeks at the school, the entire school pronounced him Narak. And once you've been pronounced Narak, you can do anything you want. Because you're just lovable, you know, you're just adorable. And Lucas has done a wonderful job. He's been at the school for 3 years now. He's no longer in our program, but this fall he's coming back to the United States because he's going to seminary. So once again, something that God does in this program calls people to serve. All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Andrea. She's at Rongriet Kaprong Dang in Klong Tui in Bangkok. So one of the slums of Bangkok. She's serving in the preschool there. And she's from Brazil. Her full name, Andrea Nascimento do Espírito Santo. Yeah, you can't buy a name like that, okay? Andrea, born of the Holy Spirit. And I'm like, okay, God, you know, knew about you long before you got here. So Andrea's been in our program for 2 years, and this year also she will go back to Brazil, and she hopes to be a missionary as well. I don't know if she'll come back to Thailand. She hasn't said, but certainly it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience for her. So these are my volunteers. Even more of them. The gentleman who's dressed in the Blue Mong outfit is my assistant. His name is Warapot Seri Ratanakun. Okay, so he works with me in the at the Church of Christ in Thailand. He's my assistant, and so proud of him. He's a graduate of BIT, and I'm hoping that someday he'll go continue his education and be a leader in the church there as well. But those are my volunteers, and then on the right-hand side, some volunteers that came earlier that have now returned to the United States. And then this is the whole group when they were on retreat last year. This is when they were on retreat, and I was here in the United States, so I'm not in the picture, but everybody else is. So the question is this. I introduced Thai-san to you because he is our first Thai volunteer that we've accepted. And I hope we have many, many more. Thai-san is going to go to our school, Jarodrat School in Prayer. Prayer is one of the places where it's difficult to place someone who doesn't speak Thai. I need someone who can also speak Thai because it's a very more isolated community in terms of having foreigners around. So Paison's going to serve in prayer with us, and they're excited about him coming. So we're looking forward to that.